An air tractor AT-602 was conducting a routine agricultural flight. The weather was clear, the airplane was operating normally. Investigators later found no mechanical failures. The pilot was Gavin Barry Morse, 38 years old, with thousands of hours flying agricultural aircraft. When pilots hear stall at low altitude, the explanation usually sounds simple, but in this case, that simplicity hides the real lesson. The NTSB report explains what happened, but it didn't really explain why experienced agricultural pilots keep ending up in this exact scenario, and how the air tractor's performance can quietly remove margin long before it feels dangerous. And that's why we have this video. If you fly ag, this isn't about blame. It's about understanding where the margin actually disappears and why it often happens faster than pilots expect. My name is William, and you're watching Black Box Analyst channel. Now let's dive in. The airplane involved was an air tractor AT-602, registration November 602 Golf Hotel, operating under Part 137 agricultural rules. The flight was a single pilot operation, and the pilot was the sole fatality. Gavin Morse was a commercial pilot. He had accumulated approximately 7,000 hours of total flight time, with roughly 5,000 of those hours in air tractor aircraft. That matters, because this wasn't a case of someone learning the airplane or adapting to a new mission profile. This was routine work in an airplane he knew well, in an environment he had operated in for years. According to the NTSB's final report, the airplane was observed flying straight and level before entering a steep right turn consistent with a course reversal. Shortly after the turn began, the airplane entered a nose-down, right-wing low descent and impacted terrain. From the start of the turn to the loss of control, only a few seconds elapsed. The post-accident examination is important here. Investigators found no mechanical failures that would have prevented normal operation. Flight control continuity was confirmed. The engine was producing high power at the time of impact. Control positions were consistent with normal operation. In other words, the airplane was responding as designed. The NTSB's probable cause reflects that. The pilot exceeded the airplane's critical angle of attack during a steep turn, resulting in an aerodynamic stall at an altitude too low for recovery. Aerodynamically, that conclusion is sound. But for working pilots, especially those in agriculture,